This is it, the decider, game 3 of round 4 between Theodosios and Fortune. Both players winning as allies, and it looks like Theo probably got faction selection because he's gone for Soviet Union. With Fortune switching things up, instead of going for Ostia, is now gone for OKW in the decider. Oh, getting a bit of lag there. Hopefully that doesn't continue. So, loadouts, we have guard motor, shock rifle and guard rifle combined arms, so same thing from Theo as for Fortune. Breakthrough, scavenge and elite armor. Looks like Theo's doing a slightly unusual capping order here, perhaps fearing that he's going to lose control of this garrison. Caps this standard territory point here and then goes straight for the fuel, so that's not going to be connected. So maybe after capping this he's going to do some back capping with those combat engineers. Just does not want to lose control of this garrison like it did in game 1 to Fortune's aggressive play. Man, this is some bad legs. Nothing has changed though. Theo's conscripts making their way through the city, going from garrison to garrison. Fortune perhaps seeing those windows break through the fog of war, backpedals, trying to hold on to this garrison. You don't want to lose control of this garrison right outside your base. It can make it very hard for you to push back into the city. But luckily, I suppose OKW does have those incendiary grenades these days. Looks like Fortune once more trying to put down some wire here on his cutoff. Doesn't want Theo doing any harassment up there. Theo's going straight for the fuel point though, and I wonder who's going to win this engagement. Conscripts vs Stern Pioneers. Stern Pioneers do have to close the distance and have that reduced accuracy whilst they're on the move, but Conscripts on the wrong side of the cover here may play to Fortune's favour. Theo's quick to react though, and Stern Pioneers do take quite a lot of damage before getting into cover themselves. Theo's at least going to finish this cap. The backpedals to a safer distance. Curious choice, leaving cover, and yeah, ends up disengaging after losing 2 conscript models. Stern Pioneers still on 4 models. Conscripts do manage to snake this garrison from right in front of Fortune's exit out of his base, so it's going to be an issue that he has to contend with. In the meantime, Fortune has managed to get down to Theo's cutoff though, and is now also neutralizing his fuel. So both players going aggressively after each other's fuel rather than trying to defend their own. So this is going to be a very low fuel game. With that being said, Theo does have more standard resource points connected to his base at this stage, so on top of the income tax that OKW suffer is vastly superior resource income at the moment. So after doing that harassment, that squad of Fox Trinidades end up retreating, almost get wiped on retreat, running through these 2 squads of conscripts. Theo is now regathering control of his fuel, and Fortune has managed to reconnect his fuel, and goes the incendiary grenade. Also, to retreat from that squad, you have to be so quick to react to those incendiary grenades. The wind up time is so slow, and they There's no fuse on them, they just pop out. Do so much damage immediately. The squad here getting pummeled from all sides from conscripts. They jump out of the garrison, allowing this squad to jump in their place. But still they're still outnumbered here, 2 to 3. Here comes a flamethrower squad from the flank. Forces that retreat. The squad switches to this garrison, but flamethrower continues its advance, and Theo's making some nice plays here, forcing Fortune back once more. Fortune has put down his tech structure and is now bringing out an infantry support gun. This thing is very strong, this patch as well. Pinning squads left and right, extremely accurate. Seems to be doing very well. So we see 4 volts from Fortune, nothing too adventurous. Didn't try to save up for Jaeger lights as some people try and do when they play Scavenge. Going all in on the Vox Grenadiers. Also no upgrades at the moment. I believe he's used all his munitions on incendiary grenades. Oh what? How did that conscript lose that race to the building? I swear that that squad was over here and this conscript was right at the door. Somehow Vox Grenadiers win that race and that completely turns the engagement into Fortune's favour there. Lucky break. Oh, an ISG shot there forces those conscripts to backpedal to safety. They're extremely low. They're going to start dropping models like it's nobody's business. Jaeger lights deployed here from Fortune into the church in the centre. But there's only one window out of this direction, so they're not actually doing too much damage at this stage. Infantry support gun moving up to try and reduce the distance to his targets. Oh, look at that. You gotta be careful, and actually Fortune is going to regather control of the centre of the map and actually put pressure on Theo's field. I feel like that engagement there, that race for the house, really turned things around for Fortune in the centre. Otherwise he probably would have had a lot of trouble getting out of space. He had no munitions at the time for an incendiary grenade. His only recourse would have been barraging with the ISG, but it would take quite a long time for him to have executed that. And I feel like that was a really good engagement for Fortune. Now he's putting down his tech structure here in the centre. Well, not really in the centre, on his cut-off. Surrounded by all these garrisons. Infiltration grenades flush those conscripts out of the garrison, doing absolutely zero damage to the garrison in the process though. Somehow. These things used to just nuke down garrisons. Used to be like one that would pretty much kill these wooden structures. As we can see now, it doesn't even tickle them. And note, there is still that little bit of deep snow around these garrisons here on this map. So most of it has been removed, but there's still a little bit around the outside of these garrisons, causing a few issues. Infiltration grenades go again. Dodged again. Squad gets in the garrison once more. Gonna try bait out in a Molotov, I imagine. Oh, I'm freezing. No, here we go. But does not. Maybe they were on cooldown. I wasn't paying attention. And ends up forcing both those conscript squads to retreat. So now Fortune has most of the map under his control. Needs to get those munitions coming in again though, if he wants to continue using those incendiary grenades. But he's off to a pretty good start, all things considered. Much better than he did as Ostia in the same situation. I'm going to quickly grab a drink because I've run out of water, and I'll just leave the camera here. Hope I didn't miss too much action. The Eagle-Lights deploy their infiltration grenades on that mortar, forcing it to reposition but not retreat. The Eagle-Lights on the other hand do retreat. Two conscript squads defending this valiantly. Oh, ISG shell comes in, pins that squad. Infiltration grenades don't seem to be quite as devastating as they used to be. ISG shell almost repeats its greatest hits there. Just missing that 5-man squad. Here comes the T-70 for Theo though. And we've got absolutely no AT for Fortune, no Shreks, no Rekinwerfers, no shoe mines that I'm aware of. So this T-70 could be devastating. It's a long retreat path home after deploying those Jaegers in the north to do some harassment. They're in a lot of trouble. They may get wiped here on retreat. There's nothing coming to save them. He's chasing them down. One man left. And down that goes as well. Nice pick up there from the T-70. As for Fortune, I'm unsure. He still hasn't started even training a Rekinwerfer, which is kind of confusing. Is he? I don't know. He's too far away from a flak panzer. Is he going to go with the Lukes? I'm not sure what his next play is going to be. Okay, no, he is going with the Rekinwerfer. It's just a bit late to the party there. T-70 meanwhile doesn't have that many targets to fire upon at the moment. They can do with blasting at that squad in the garrison. Also doesn't have as much room to maneuver because this Shore HQ is providing a nice area of denial at the moment. Nice safety net there for Fortune. Oh, pin! ISG miracle pin once again on that 6-man squad. Looks like they're still operating fine. Oh, is that a heavy mortar in fact? Yeah, so he's got 120mm and a regular 82mm, which of course means guard motor at this time instead of guard rifle combined arms. Nice time. So deviation strategy for Theo. He's going to use that heavy mortar to start barraging this position. He's off to a pretty good start, inflicting a lot of damage onto that ISG. It's down to only 2 men. Shriya HQ is also taking quite a bit of damage. ISG does pull back for reinforcements though. Fortune regathering control of his fuel in the north once more. He needs to keep the pressure on there. Looks like Fortune's maybe saving up for a P4. Maybe. Got a demo charged here on the side of the garrison. That could be a nasty surprise for any squad that decides to get into it. There's also Soviet mine down here. This squad may be about to run into... No, they just skid around the side of it, rather luckily. Still, this Shore HQ being here is making it a lot easier for Fortune to hold on to that center VP. Forcing Theo to go to the VPs on the flanks to continue the drain. T70 rotates to the top, hoping to catch the squad on retreat. But they're quick to react and quick to retreat. So he decides not to continue their chase. Kitten sets up to fire upon the T70, unsuccessful though. It does manage to round behind the church. Now the church is in danger of going down, taking a lot of damage from these two mortars and the T70. Also got a Zis gun here. Stretch shoot is quite low. Theo needs to get on the repair button, I think. Not going for the P4, is going for the Flak Panzer. We did have enough fuel to get the P4. It was an option. Trying to go a more anti-infantry based play. Perhaps hoping to save that extra fuel and maybe go for a Jagdpanzer later. So Flak Panzer off to a good start, getting 3 kills immediately. Has to be careful though, there's Zis in position. I'm surprised he didn't take a shot from there, Zis. Honestly. T70's feeling bold. Rounds the corner. Oh, this Semoskiy is getting really low. Oh, ISG! What is that? That thing just nuked that mortar squad. That was so clumped up there. Oh, I heard a... Oh no, this ISG getting decrewed. Thought there was a Rekenwerfer. It had a good run. It was up against a 2v1 situation. Unlikely to win that. Conscious come into close range here. There's a Rekenwerfer in this garrison up here, so T70 has to pick its engagements wisely or risk getting rocketed. Conscious do end up getting blasted by Semoskiy though, taking cover behind that wall. Still, Fortune's doing a pretty good job of holding onto his fuel here in the north. Seems like his map control continues to advance. And Theo really needs to end up destroying the Semoskiy to try and open up the map a little bit more. He's so close. I don't know if he knows that he's so close to wiping it. Flak Panzer comes from the side, thinking it's being cheeky, but Theo was wise to that maneuver. Repositions this nicely. Oh, look at that shell! Rekenwerfer bites the dust. So the mortars are raining down on the HQ once more. Super low. He did start training something from it, but realizing it's super low, he ended up cancelling it. The Pioneers is still trying to repair it. Prioritizing the repairs on the Flak Panzer. Suppose he will be able to salvage it at the very worst. T70 perhaps needs to get busy here, try and knock out this Rekenwerfer while he still has the opportunity. But this time he is on recon mode though. Giving that extra bit of sight. It's T-34-85 for Theo now. That should cause this Flak Panzer a lot of issues. Rekenwerfer does end up getting recruited, and T-34-85 is taking a few rockets. Both handheld. Came from the gun and from... what do you even call this? A wheeled launcher? I don't know. That Shrek squad's very lucky to escape with its life there. Trying to get that incendiary grenade on the Zis. But the VP situation is pretty good for Fortune at the moment. He's at 409 to Theo's 345. But he's actually invested himself in another 120mm mortar, so he's going really heavy into these 120 mils. The natural counter to all this team weapon play, of course, would be a Stuka, but that would require Fortune to tech and get the Stuka. It doesn't quite have the fuel to spare at the moment. Just hoping his infantry support gun will do the job. He's just obliterating that. Perhaps hoping to knock out the wreckage. Making sure it couldn't be salvaged. Mission accomplished. Being demo charge here on this garrison may have been spotted though. T-3485 has completed repairs. Also returning to frontline combat. He's going to have to be careful with this flak panzer. He's got a second Rekenwerfer. Where is that? Okay, that's back here in camouflage mode, in fact. Perhaps he's hoping to bait this T-3485 in with this flak panzer and blast it with this anti-tank he has in the background. Whoa! I just missed T-70 going down to the Rekenwerfer there. Look at where it died compared to where the Rekenwerfer is set up. It was a long-range rocket. Right at max range, just get such a small target that was actually pretty lucky for Fortune to get that pickup. Mortars just raining down on everything Fortune has. Clearing that Rekenwerfer there. Looks like Theo's gonna go steal that Rekenwerfer now. Incendiary grenade, oh no! Just react in time. Basically just have to retreat in those situations. You can't reposition, you'll take too much damage. Unless you're right there watching the engagement as it happens. Theo briefly gets triple cap running and may manage to equalize the VP situation. But his heavy investment into indirect fire is kind of limiting his capping power right now. He's having a bit of trouble holding on to the center VP. Now investing in another T-34 of the 85 variety. Heavy mortars in a bit of trouble. Here comes the Vet 3 conscripts though. Oh, will this demo charge here pay dividends? No, he's not going to jump in the garrison, he's going to continue towards the centre. He's going to have to deal with heavy mortar fire though. Oh, that's just the regular mortar. Infantry support gun, that's two infantry support guns now. He's gone for a late second. Whoa! Mortars finished the job. I think that was a really highly vetted Shrek squad there. High priority target. It's bound to happen though, with multiple mortars raining down. He's just playing a risky game there, trying to cap that center VP. So indeed, Fortune is going with the Jagdpanzer Flak Panzer combo, seems to be the most popular at the moment. But Theo does have two T-3485s and a and is this gun. To Theo's, to Fortune's rather, only one Raketenwerfer. Flak Panzers take a pummeling from all sides, activates Blitz to safety. T-3485 is a bit late to react, a bit too slow. Oh, but now they catch the Jagdpanzer out of position, trying to get around to its flank. Raketenwerfer is trying to position itself. This could be the end of the game here. Jagdpanzer's gonna go down, abandoned rather. I don't think Theo's gonna let that stand. No. So just a terrible engagement there for Fortune, losing his Jagdpanzer, and he's only got 61 fuel in the bank. He's really hurting now. It's going to be a long time before he can afford another Jagdpanzer. Instead, investing into more Raketenwerfers. Needs something to try and bridge that AT gap. Fortune making another push into the center of the map. Undeterred by the loss of his Jagdpanzer, he's still got a pretty strong infantry force and two infantry support guns. And it's pretty much a complete rout at the moment until the T-3485 arrives. Of course, there's one retreat there. Oh, but the incendiary grenade clears out that mortar and looks like it's been destroyed. The weapon health was low enough. The other T-3485 in the back, forcing retreats on all these Raketenwerfers and also repelling these infantry support guns. Looks like he's going deep, trying to pick up a few extra kills, maybe even remove the veterancy from this ISG. This one, instead of trying to go back to base, is backing upwards. Risky but effective, knowing that Theo doesn't want to risk putting his T-3485 onto the ice and have it sink, which would be a disaster. So, a bit of a lull in the action. The repairs going on. So we've got two Raketenwerfers and one decrewed here. Was that the... no, there's another Raketenwerfer. So three possible Raketenwerfers for Fortune. So Theo's really going to have to be on his toes with this tank micro. If anything, this would be a good time to get a Katyusha. Because he's already ticked tier 4 is available to him. T-3485s may not be effective enough against infantry. Having a lot of trouble here firing at long range against those Volkswagens. Oh, T-3485's going deep. There are two Raketenwerfers here and another one in the north. Quickly one gets cleared though, and that one is forced to retreat. This one blasting away at this T-3485 here, and then repositioning to blast away at this swarm before retreating. This suppose that's one useful feature about the Kenworth. You can just retreat it if you've got tanks standing right on top of you, making it a lot harder to lose. But whilst this has been going on, Fortune's been playing the victory point game very effectively, capping the north and the southern VP. Buying himself some more time to try to get out another Jagdpanzer. All these T-34-85s are moderately damaged now. Probably need to receive repairs before this Jagdpanzer comes out again. Just about there. Just 50 more manpower. Another is that another demo charge? So heaps of demo charges from Theo, and he's got munitions to burn. Honestly, look at that, 400 munitions in the bank. Doesn't have to be shy about putting down those demos. Oh, and there we go. Gets the white with that one. Oh. Double tap there by the mortar. Making sure they're really dead. Still, ISGs are doing pretty well, I think. 722 kills. I think one of them got decrewed once, so probably a 7-kill one. So they're doing pretty good. T-34-85 in the south wants to engage, but doesn't want to run into 3 Rekenwerfers and be caught out of position. So decides to play it safe. Just going to try drain him, 2 VPs to 1. Jagdpanzer's just about completed construction, so it's going to make things a bit trickier for Theo. But Theo is population capped at the moment, so there's not much more he can do apart from float. I imagine there was a Soviet mine there, or maybe a... No, it must have been Soviet mine. Narrowly dodged by a flak panzer. Action going on 2 fronts. T-34-85s involved in both of them. Rekenwerf is creeping up under camo. Looks like this is going to be a big push from Fortune in the centre. T-34-85's advance. About to run into these Rekenwerfers though. Jagdpanzer joins in. This T-34-85's in a lot of trouble. Down it goes. Surprised that those camouflage Rekens paying dividends for Fortune. Conscripts do manage to get into the back line, but only manage engine damage on Fortune's Black Panzer. Looks like Fortune's going to do some risky camouflage capping here with his Rekenwerfer. Ballsy move, considering he could just get barraged to hell by these mortars. That's exactly what's happening here. Not before he managed to neutralise that point, and he's continuing this VP pressure. Once again going for the North VP with a lone squad of Jaegers. Oh, there's a demo charge up here, so he's got to be careful. Could end up costing him the squad. We'll keep an eye on that actually, because that will be happening right about now. No, the Jaegers go onto this side of the point. Surprised they didn't just stop over here. I suppose Theo's probably surprised about that as well. Incendiary grenade deployed there, so Fortune can wrest control of the center VP once more. Oh, he retreats before neutralizing it though. Just managed to neutralize the one in the north, but Theo does have this one in the south. So both players kind of switching their focus from resource points to victory points at this stage. Starting to get into the late game now. As we can see, Fortune's got 2 Vet 4 squads. But that's about it in terms of veterancy and a Vet 2 Flak Panzer. Theo, on the other hand, has got 3 Vet 3 conscripts, Vet 3 Pioneer, Vet 2 Mortar, and a Vet 2 T-3485. It's got slightly better veterancy at this stage. But they're both pretty much at max population. You see Theo's at 91 and Fortune's actually at 99, so army sizes are surprisingly similar. It's just most of Fortune's are all invested in these team weapons. That's why it seems a bit smaller than usual. High explosive barrage failing to get through this tank wreck here. It'll be the last shell, but it'll also be the last shell from the Zis T-3485. That's a vetted up one as well. It takes quite a few shots. Is that a flare? Is that a tripwire flare? Maybe? And now that the center of the map is starting to become full of craters, this is where these flame weapons are going to shine. Everybody's pretty much always going to be in light cover. And that's in the damage of these flamethrowers in the light. Oh, main gun destroyed on the Flak Panzer, but Theo doesn't want to continue the chase and risk getting Raketenwerfer to death. And the victory point clock is stalled here. Southern VP neutralized. Each other player having one VP to their name. Perhaps Fortune can get a lucky pin here. No. Theo's actually been getting surprisingly lucky, only taking one ISG shell the entire time he's capping there. Kind of surprising, honestly. As for Fortune, now he's managed to bank up a bit of fuel, so all is not lost if he does lose one of his tanks. It won't be too long before he can get another one out. As for Theo, he also has a large amount of fuel in reserve. So he could maybe start playing a bit more recklessly with his tanks. In saying that though, you never really want to lose a tank. Unless it's through RAM, you know. So T-3485 tries to come down this flank but gets shut down by this Raketenwerfer. Looks like Theo was trying to pincer maneuver, one from the north, one through the center and one through the south, but gets shut down hard. And I swear this fuel point has been neutralized for the last like 5 minutes. It's kind of crazy. Flak Panzer's going YOLO deep, trying to get around to the rear armor of this Zis gun. I mean, just to the rear of this Zis gun. But the damaged T-3485 was being repaired back here, and down it goes. As I was saying, all is not lost. Doesn't have enough fuel to call in another Flak Panzer. Kind of surprised that Theo's not making use of vehicle crew. Okay, now he is. vehicle crew repairs, but there, just as I say, he is doing exactly that, trying to speed up his tanks repair times, get them back on the field ASAP. Which is actually starting to burn through that large reserve of munitions he had saved up. ISG making it hard for these conscripts to recrew that Zis gun, and they don't manage to do it. Ends up getting knocked out by that Raketenwerfer, but Mortar's returning fire here, wants to return the favour. So somehow Fortune has managed to set up a triple cap against Theo. I imagine both players are starting to get quite fatigued by now, getting quite deep into this game. Also being round 4 of the tournament. Played a few rounds before this. T-34-85 is going deep for the fresh Flak Panzer, but this one's about to back right into the Jagdpanzer fire. He's got to be careful. Still this Raketenwerfer here. One's coming in from the north though, trying to flank this Jagdpanzer. It's getting stuck though, can't get around the side. Flak Panzer still on one shot from death. This T-34-85 may go down. Jagdpanzer's backing across the ice to safety. Down goes that T-34-85 to this Raketenwerfer here in the north. And that push went pretty poorly, honestly, for Theo. He didn't manage to pick up the Jagdpanzer, didn't manage to pick up the Flak Panzer. And ends up losing a T-34-85 for his troubles. Now instead of going for another T-34-85, he's transitioning to a Katyusha, as I was saying earlier. Probably the better choice against this mass team weapon play from Fortune. But he does still have quite a lot of manpower tied up into these two mortars, so that may be an overinvestment into indirect fire. We'll have to wait and see. I can't believe it. This fuel point has been neutral for like 10 minutes now. Somebody please. Please cap this fuel. Fortune making do with salvaging this wreck. Getting that enhanced salvage going on. Thorough salvage rather. So, Katyusha fresh on the field, backing its way into combat. Giving the enemies a mooning. But it looks like Fortune spread out his team weapons quite a lot now, so there's no real juicy targets for Katyusha to fire upon at this stage. Oh, this thing's up to Vet 4, 36 kills. How's this one doing? Vet 3, 24 kills. Pretty well. Firing at the Vet 4 one, hoping to clear it. Unsuccessful though. Theo now rebuilding his Zis gun. Needs a bit more anti-tank to try and deal with this Jagdpanzer. And it looks like Fortune's kind of regathering control of the center of the map. He's got a real stronghold in here, supported by these two infantry support guns and a lot of Raketenwerfers. He's making it hard for Theo to maintain control of the center of the map. Theo is instead kind of trying to harass down here in the south repeatedly, because he's just having no luck in the center. Flak Panzer is the perfect tool though for shutting down those low counter harassment squads. Kenworth gets cleared by mortar, I imagine, but quickly recruited by that Panzerschreck squad. Oh, and almost gets cleared again. Mortar is raining down. Jagdpanzer opens up on the T-34-85, but there is a Zis now on the field, which returns fire in kind. Still, he's managed to sprinkle quite a lot of damage across these two T-34-85s. That's the thing you want to get, Vet 3. That's where it starts to really come alive. Fortune really making the most of this camouflage for Kenworth, causing all sorts of issues for Theo, doing some nice scouting with it, some cheeky ambushes. Shoots rockets, raining down on this Kenworth. Does manage to clear it. Damaged engine on the Flak Panzer, damaged engine on the Jagdpanzer. T-34-85 coming down from the north. Still one Kenworth here though. It's going to have to stay mobile. Fortune activates the camouflage mode. Shots bouncing off the Jagdpanzer. It finally activates marked vehicle, but down goes the Jagdpanzer. And down go these Kenworths. Maybe you should stick around and start killing them. There's really nothing to stop him at this stage. He needs to stop Fortune from recrewing those T-weapons. Steve's going to back away for repairs. He needs to capitalize on this. Start knocking out these. Kenworths. Try seal the deal. Still, if we look at army size, that just a massive change. Theo's still at 90. Fortune dipped all the way down to 50. That was just a terrible series of engagements for him. What's going on with the sound there? That was weird. Yeah, Eagle Light's trying to do some ninja capping here in the center. The T-34-85's not having a bar of it. Fortune down to 75 VPs. Oh, booby trap there. Gets spotted by those sweepers. That's lucky. Both those ISGs, man, I keep doing that. Both these ISGs up to Vet 4. This one 30 kills. How much is this one? 43. These things have definitely been the backbone of Fortune's army. And this is what Theo's done so well throughout the game, positioning his conscripts and getting engine damage off on Fortune's tanks. And then coming in with his T-34-85s from different angles and finishing them off. Really well set up plays from Theo. So, Flak Panzer goes down, and that's the last of Fortune's armored forces. He does have enough fuel to call in another one, but that will be his last skerrick of fuel. And the victory point clock is ticking against him so very quickly. Oh no! Oh, his infantry support guns went down. Oh no! Oh no! So Fortune does exactly that, bringing out Flak Panzer. It's going to be his last hurrah. Team weapons littered everywhere. Look at this. This is a wasteland. It's all charred up, massive craters. Really, you can tell there was a good match on this map. Just craters everywhere, just wrecks everywhere. Fortune goes YOLO deep, trying to flank this Zis, but it doesn't pay off. T-3485 quickly shuts that down, and that'll probably be the end of the game. 6 VPs left. Desperate capping attempt here. Does manage to neutralize it. Is there life yet? In comes a Katyusha barrage though in this area. Poor. Just raining down. Fortune's gonna try to stick it out, try to get that cap. Oh, but this conscript squad gets in there in the nick of time. Stops that from being capped. Speed this up. This is over. Well, GG, Theo takes the series, advances into round 5. Well played by both players. It was a real tight and entertaining game.